High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuting my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Down out, I was worth it and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.
Both spiritual, right?
Yes, it's like just because you're both spiritual doesn't mean you're twin flames,
Right.
you know.
Right. Yeah, I got
So a lot of I filtered out a lot of that. Um, yeah, I don't believe a lot of couples that say that they are. So unfortunately, but it's like, you know, and I understand that everyone's journey is different, but
right.
the thing that we usually have in common is that we can't seem to keep it together. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
completely understand that because with me and mine, every time we come together, it's either a lesson or there's something that the other one needs in their life
Mhm.
from that
Mhm.
person. Like,
Yeah.
we've been together and apart so many times, but he came right after my grandma had passed away.
Mm,
And right before I was going to have surgery, he came. And then there were
Mhm.
things in his life where I popped back up for him.
Mhm.
right.
Exactly.
Or,
Yep.
like I said, it was that lesson where we crashed so
Right.
hard, but we both learned something from it and we grew from it,
Mhm.
but we still
Right.
had to move apart to realize what we learned.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a pattern I noticed too. Like we only come in contact with each other when one of us is going through something and kind of needs like a jolt or some sort of
Power up.
healing. And yeah, and that's it. It's like that's it. Um, so that's usually why I don't continue those conversations with him. It's like, no, like,
Right.
and it's funny, it's like, yeah, he just went through some sort of injury. And that's why I had been dreaming about him so much. And then finally he reaches out and it's like, oh, okay, like I get it. He probably needs some sort of energy
Right.
exchange. I even did like a little uh I was serious, but I was like playing. I was like, put your hand on the screen. I was like, we're gonna touch hands. And then, we were like touching hands and I was like sending energy towards him. So
Right.
Love it.
yeah, I really feel like it's only for that healing purpose. And then it's just like, okay, go find your soulmate now.
I do feel the power up because every time we disconnect, we come back, it was like a power up. I'd be like on cloud nine, energy level, go. You know what I mean? It was like,
Hmm.
and but then unfortunately, it would be like the drug, and you'd have to come back down from that. So that's another part I didn't like about it because it would be that power up, that energy boost, but then it would be like, fuck, now I'm coming down, and now here goes this part of it that I don't like. And that
Hmm.
same thing of going through it and then leading. And I guess that's just a part of it, part of the, if anybody's going to give you that positive push, it's going to be the twin, right? It's going to be them
Hmm.
to give that to you, whether you realize it
Hmm.
or not, whether you understand
Yeah.
it. So I'm definitely, I think everyone should get to a point where you should at least be able to be cordial if you can, because I know a lot of people don't have
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't, the everyday talking and stuff, I can't handle that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I feel you.
I don't even like people to call me every day anyway, you know.
I know. It's like, leave
That's
me
another thing
alone.
with dating, because with me, with dating, it's been two extremes. Either they're very
Hmm.
distant, in which they mirror me just like me, who's very distant,
Hmm.
or there's someone who calls me 20 million times a day, and I'm like, I just spoke to you. Nothing has changed.
Right. I know. Yeah. I've got some weird thing going on too where I just kind of feel like I would like if we lived in our own separate homes. Like, not necessarily long distance, but we can
Right,
drive to each other's house, take turns spending the night and stuff
right,
like that. Like
right.
I don't know if it's because I've gone so long being single and
Mhm.
just so different when somebody is in my house to the point where I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not such a bad idea if I'm in a relationship with somebody who has their own space. Like,
Right,
and that might be my Aquarius seventh house. I don't know, but that's kind of how I
I
right.
feel that.
Right. I'm
am
like that too. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I don't think there's any rush to gotta move in together and all of that stuff.
right.
Like,
Like,
no.
yeah.
because I
I'm
do
so
like
good on
my
that.
space. I'm a big person.
Yeah.
I like my space. I
Hmm.
don't want to clean up after people. Like people have their quirks, people have their shit.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of unconditional love to see your shit on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to see you leave toothpaste in the sink after brushing your teeth. Like, that's gonna piss me off.
Right. Just all these little things, pet peeves you didn't know you had. And it's just like, oh boy.
Right,
So,
right. So
yeah, I'm
I'm
good with
guessing
that.
that dating or not, like when would you say, okay, I'm a tarot reader? When do you say your profession?
I'll probably be off the bat with it. Just off the bat. This is what I do.
Let me see how you
I'm reading your
react.
energy now. I'm kind of weird. Like I know I say things that sound normal to me, and then it's just like really weird to them.
Right,
It's just like, oh, was that weird? Like I didn't
right.
know. It's just normal to me, but
You
whatever.
see the reaction like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I have that easy in with my birthday being on Halloween. So I start there and I create
Hmm.
the witchiness. And then after a while it's like, oh yeah, and I have these cards, and
Right.
one time I was doing a reading for somebody and I was talking to this guy and I sent a picture of the cards to the wrong person. I sent it to him and I was just
Okay.
like,
He's like, what is this?
he was like, are those tarot cards? And I was like, yeah, but I'm on the phone with somebody else. I'll call you later. I don't think we
Right,
ever really spoke about it.
right, right. That's got to be like interesting. Well, women of witches, period, have got a bad rap anyway, centuries, right?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, now with the new age witches all over TikTok and shit, they don't make us look any better. I'm sorry. Everybody writing names and fucking sending shit. And oh, if you want him, just write his name 1,000,000 times. High priestess in the building didn't let my fears kill me.